Hi everyone! So in today's video, I am going to try to mend a pair of pants using a Sashiko mending kit. So I've been getting really into hand sewing lately, and mainly just to fix things like buttons or rips, but also to make some alterations like hemming. And I've seen a lot of videos about darning, so I have a little darning project. It's a little slow going, but I'm trying to learn darning too. But overall, I am just trying to learn and practice more hand sewing techniques. And again, since I get all these videos about sustainability, upcycling, and videos about increasing the longevity of your clothing, I get a lot of videos from this one creator called Socorro Society, and she uses this technique, Sashiko mending. So that's what I'm going to try today. So I did a quick little look into the background of Sashiko mending. It's a mending technique from Japan. They use it to mend and also strengthen clothing that's been ripped. And they also use it to embellish the clothing. It came about in the Edo period, and it was born out of a necessity to elongate the wear of clothing. And what makes it kind of unique is that it typically uses geometric patterns with the stitching as embellishment and also to strengthen the mend. As a side note, this is a new place. I moved, I'm in Boston now. And I'm working on room decor videos, but it's taking a little longer, so in the meantime, I am going to do this. Hopefully, the space is a good change of pace, and let's get into the mending video. So I'm gonna try and repair a pair of pants that ripped and is probably gonna continue to rip because it's in a very like in between the thighs, so it's just gonna keep rubbing. So it's good that I'm gonna try and reinforce it and make it a little more durable as well. And these are my boyfriend's favorite pair of pants, and I tried to replace them and the replacement ripped. I think at that point the pants are just not the quality they need to be, but I'm just gonna use the new pair to donate that fabric and mend it onto the old pair that he loved so much and see if that can increase a little bit of their wear. So these Union Bay pants in this color, cargos, they're his favorite pants. He wore the crap out of them. It says quality made sportswear, but it just feels like it's a fashion brand that's meant to look like a workwear brand to me, especially because he wore through them so fast and in the same place too. So here are the ones that he wore a lot. Dang. There's the rip that he put in them in the groin. And then the new ones I got him to replace them because I knew they were his favorite, in the same spot. So I bought the mending from this brand. It's Socorro Society. I just keep getting their ads. I don't know if that's the best place to buy it or anything. I haven't even opened it yet. So here. So how it works is they give you these little guides and you stick them on the clothes, and then you use it as a guide for where to sew. And then when you put it in the wash, the guide washes away and then you're just left with the stitches. So there's a couple options depending on which pattern you want to make, because you can make all different types of patterns. Step 1, clean up any messy strings around the hole using scissors. Cut a fabric patch 1/2 inch larger on all sides than the hole. Turn the garment inside out. Okay, let's do it. So even though the rip is bigger on the older pair of pants, he likes the size of the older ones better. The one that I replaced them with was a little smaller, so it didn't have the same fit. And so I am gonna patch over the bigger patch. But I guess like this thread. And you can pick any fabric as the patch, but given that we have 2 of these same pants, might as well just pick fabric from another pair. So how did this even used to be? Like, and then we have the other pants. It hurts to cut, but it's kind of fun. This is not like an effective way to do this. I should probably just measure a patch. But it's such an odd shape, like I'm gonna get just a big one. Just gonna eyeball it. Yeah, that's okay. That's more than enough. That's good. I feel like I'll pin it down and then like trim it, probably. Attach the patch to the hole with the right side facing out, using the running stitch, and then turn it right side out. So which is the right side? So this thread is gonna get cut. This is just like the outer thread. I usually use a needle threader, have that, so. And I usually have a pin cushion, so I put it in the pin cushion every time I have to put the needle down, otherwise I lose it. I want it to sit a certain way, and that's kind of making it a little difficult. Okay. Here we are. So I'm gonna put them back inside out again, just to see how this looks on this side. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so it looks like this, like that. I need to sew around the edges of it. So I'm doing a running stitch. I'm gonna do a running stitch all around the edges. And I think I'm gonna trim this part of it a little bit, make it a little easier to work. So here is kind of how it looks. So it's just basically tacked into place now, and then I actually have to do the actual mending part of it. Take this again. Attach the patch to the hole with the right side facing out, using the running stitch, turn the garment right side out. Place stick and stitch patch on top of the mend area, making sure the fabric is laying flat underneath and lays as you want to stitch it. I was thinking, I don't know if this is the hardest one, but I was thinking this one, so we can do like little stars, little crosses. So take this, then hold them how you want to hold them. Now this, it's supposed to go over it, so it doesn't fully cover, so I can use 2. So let's cut it. So you can cut it to the shape that you need. So I'm thinking like here, and then for the rest, like try and line it up and do it like that. Oh. Okay. Peel it off. I'm a little annoyed at this. It's not perfect how I'm wanting it to be. I stitched it down, so I feel like I have to commit. I was supposed to trim this earlier. Surely I was. know. I feel like I messed it up somehow. So it's actually all ready to start. But I'm not going to use this thread. This thread's not strong enough. I want a super strong thread, a thicker one. So the first part is done, the part where we just go one direction, like that, all down. So the next step in this process will be to go up and down. So that's what I'm going to start on now. This is the last stitch of the crosses. Here's what it looks like on the inside. I know it's so many strings that bothers me as well, but this is what it's supposed to look like. And then the other thing is we're gonna snip this, I think, next and take out the basting stitches, or the stitches that we put in to hold everything in place. Something I am not too sure about, and I'm debating, is I'm worried that this fabric is not great and that it's gonna just fray, and I'm considering if I should try to shore it up a little bit, like run a stitch around it and see if that would help. There's a couple steps left, but I think what I really need to do is wash off the guide so that I can get back at it, and then I can probably snip off the guide stitches, and then I might have missed a step, which is to tack down the edges of the rip, which it did not say in the guide, but I'm rewatching some of the videos and looking at it as well. I kind of feel like I might need it, so let's find out. So you can wash it off in the sink, I found out. So let's do that. I don't know why I didn't process the fact that when I wash it off, now they're gonna be wet, but it had to be done. So I'm just getting impatient. I want to do it all. I could let it dry. I could spend some money and put it in the dryer, but I might just do a little snip right here. Here's how it looks now. Pretty cool, honestly. Maybe I like the little raw edge. What they suggest to do in some of them is like to stitch in a circle around it. That would also be pretty hard at this point because I already did all this, but it kind of is a little more like rugged this way. I like this. Okay, pretty good, pretty much done. Jeez, it just needs to dry and I'm gonna, oh my gosh, I hope that's not coming loose already. Let's just shake it out. Yeah, I have to dry it and I'm gonna see if the inside needs to get stitched up. The last thing I'm gonna do today, I think, is cut the excess. So let's just get into it. Okay. So I'm finally back from vacation and I've been sick all week, but I'm trying to rally this weekend and finish this up so I can give it to my boyfriend next weekend. So here we have the pants and I'm just gonna do, I think, a back stitch around the edge of the patch so that it doesn't fray. And I've picked this color. It's the one that fits best of all the threads I have. And I'm just gonna do that real quick. Well, y'all, that is it. I had to kind of do it a funky way. Usually you would do it the right side out to do a back stitch, I think, but I needed to have it inside out so I could see where the edge of the patch was. So I made it work though. I made it work, and then here it is. I don't know on if this is gonna be a problem because I'm not gonna sew around that edge. I don't know. Will I regret it? We'll find out soon. Here's the back stitch that's around the patch, so hopefully the patch doesn't fray, and that's it.